Hello, I'm David Liggins, music teacher, very keen on keeping music live. In the light of recent school closures, it's understandable that schools are trying to keep infection free, and for that reason, many may decide to abandon all use of musical instruments. Well, I have a musical instrument here that's played by thousands of children in schools called the Ocarina. I'd like to just have a look at how safe it might be or might not be for class use. First of all, the ocarina is rather unusual in having a string with which it's worn. So this particular ocarina is mine and nobody else is going to play it or touch it. And that's the same for the ocarinas worn by every other child in the class, and that keeps it safe when other instruments could easily be handled and swapped around. Second very interesting thing about an ocarina is that it's played with a breath rather than a blow. As soon as I start to blow, the sound cuts out, and as soon as I breathe, the sound flows beautifully. Now, this is quite important in terms of transmission of infection. We've done a little experiment here, and we have a 1 metre distance from this point to the tracing paper that's hanging free and very lightly over there. And just as a little experiment, I'm going to blow from 1 metre and see if that tracing paper moves. Well, it moved considerably. I'm now going to move half a metre away, so even closer, half the distance that government would recommend for people to be apart, and I'm going to speak. I'm going to say a word that involves explosive consonants like P's and F's. Look at the paper. Perfect. Just speaking has moved that paper quite considerably, and that is my breath and the explosive nature of the lips pushing that out. So let's now see what happens with a musical instrument, the ocarina. Watch the paper. The paper remains absolutely still. Even when I say the word paper, it starts to move. And that's because the air, my breath, is contained within the ocarina. It's called a vessel flute. It's a container. And that breath goes nowhere. It stays in the instrument, vibrates, and produces sound. For that reason, this instrument is very safe, even at closer quarters than this, to make music with large numbers of children in small spaces. They will not pass on any infection to each other. Now, if you find that your children are having to work from home again at any stage, why don't you just send them home with an ocarina and book? Because the ocarina is the simplest instrument they can teach themselves to play, and the sound is very pleasing. Folks at home will be quite delighted to hear them doing it. If you want to know more, then we are found at ocarina.co.uk, and all I would say is let's stay alert, let's keep music live. Thanks for watching.